Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at an all-shadow team here in the Ultra League, which I'm just going to have to stand by and say that this is still my favorite league because it just feels the most balanced. The Great League can, be kind of quick. The Master League can be very limited to the meta that you do have, as well as extremely limited to a lot of players who just simply do not have access to all of the absolute monsters and beasts that are going to be appearing in the Master League that you do need, and the money that it does cost. Let's be real, in the Master League you have to spend a lot of money to have a very good team. I guess a lot of people can argue that, but at the end of the day it's fact. So here we are in the Ultra League. We're going to be taking a look at an all shadow team here. It was hard for me to highlight which one was actually going to be the one to spotlight here, but they're all going to be great. They're all doing their own thing. So we have Shadow Ninetales XL. We also have a Shadow Gengar, which I actually do need to build another one that I did TM Frustration off of, that does have very low attack and high defense and stamina. So we're going to have to go with that one there. And then the Snorlax. So Snorlax has always been a good staple on the team. It's okay in the Great League, but it performs the best in the Ultra as well as the Master League. So with that said, let's see what we have. Oh, a Chandelure. Oh, no algorithm. No algorithm. No algorithm. Chandelure in the lead. Yeah. I mean, give me a break. This is some freaking jokey stuff. I mean, you guys and gals, let her rip on other channels and say that the algorithm is real. Yes, just do it. It's all good. It's all good. I'm not saying to berate and harass. Well, no, I'm not. I'm not condoning that, but just say the algorithm is out there. Anyways, let's get into the good stuff. All right, let's talk about this. All right, so we have a Tangela out here, or a Tangrowth. Going to go ahead and shield up that Rock Slide, as it's going to do a ton of damage, and we still do have 2 shields. Now we're down to 1. We're going to go ahead and go for the Psyshock here. And yes, that's where we're going to be rocking. We swap into the Gengar and farm them down. They do have a Greninja. We're going to go straight for the Shadow Ball. Check this out. Check this out. I couldn't believe it. They let it go. There you go. That's Shadow Gengar for you. That's a Dark type. Yes, Greninja is extremely squishy, but geez Louise, that is insane. Now, technically, you could go with Sludge Bomb, which will yield you kind of the same results there with a lot of other Dark types that are not going to actually be as tanky. But, yeah. Take notes. Next game, we're going to be met with a Primarina. Of course we are. Of course we are. We're on hard mode. So we're going to go ahead and swap into our Snorlax, and we're met with an extra hard mode, Obstagoon. Do you see what I'm doing? This is what I'm dealing with here, this uphill battle. This is why getting to Legend is just like, forget about it. They're over there calculating every sort of battle that I'm going into. But hey, so we're going to go for that superpower. We do land it. They let it go, which is great. We do have 2 shields left here, so let's see what we can do. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Ninetales, as more than likely they do not have that Gunk Shot. Yeah, I mean, they still needed a bunch of energy. We're going to farm them down. Still holding on to 2 shields here, going for the Psyshock. Now, yes, the investment that I did make into the Shadow Alola Ninetales currently that I do have probably was not the best. But here's the thing, and I've said this before, I'll say it again. A lot of times, us YouTubers just have to be quick, and we have to get what we have immediately and go into it and just showcase it before it becomes dull. So I did that. I'll probably invest into another one at a later time, but for now, this is what we have here, and it works perfectly fine, no problem. All right, taking out that Giratina, we do have this Primarina, this nonsense game here, throwing a water type when I do have Powdered Snow, and they're going down. We're taking that win. Next game, what are we going to be met with this time? A Swampert. We'll take that. That's much better here. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat this, folks. There are a lot of battles that I am excluding here that are just hard lead losses, okay? If it was a game that I just straight up lost to a neutral lead, I'll include it. I do that all the time, but I don't know what's going on with this game. It's become increasingly more repetitively difficult. For whatever reason, it wants to oppress us. Sounds crazy, I know. The game's oppressing us. I'm being dramatic, but you know what I mean. Anyways, we have a Charizard out here, which is still going to be taking a lot of damage from the Weather Ball, and we're going to be getting a shield out of them here. And since they have Dragon Breath, the 1 in a million time that I actually want them to have Dragon Breath, let's go. All right, but anyways, we're bringing in that Gengar here, so we're kind of in a jam. So what we're going to do is shield this up. Unfortunately, we're not able to get to the next charge move on the Ninetales, and they do have that Venusaur here. So we're going to go ahead and throw that Shadow Punch. Maybe we get a shield, and we do fantastic. Getting the last shield and throwing this immediately here. Now we have the Snorlax, but that is a Shadow Venusaur, and we already know what that damn thing can do. That's the mascot. That's going to take over the channel, Shadow Venusaur. So we're in a little bit of a jam. Yes, I did not hit that intentionally because what I want to do is farm them down with the Gengar. All right. And that's a wrap. If anything, I was needing to get off that charge move, so that's why I wanted to farm them down. Next game, and now we finally have a fantastic lead up against a Gliscor. Are you kidding me? Flying and ground type. This is going to be 4 times effective, so we're looking great here. We already know this is not Earthquake, so we're going to easily let this go. It's just an Aerial Ace, and Ninetales is actually kind of a tanky Pokemon, and as a Shadow, it's still kind of tanky. And mine's not even ideal for what you want to have. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Gengar here. Knowing that they're going to go for the Icy Wind, we let it go. And we have such a massive resistance to the counter that we have no problem letting that go because they're not countering us down here, right? We're going to let this go actually so we can actually just farm them down at this point. So we do have the Snorlax. Obviously doesn't want to go up against that, but they're so low. We're going to bring in the Ninetales since it is resisted with the Powdered Snow and gain extra energy here. We're going to go for that Weather Ball. Oh, Greninja. Well, that's a horrible situation for me. Bringing back that Gliscor here. So let's think about this. What the hell do we need to do? The Ninetales is not going to be able to do anything to the Greninja. So what, Weather Ball and Psyshock? I mean, it's getting shadow damage. Greninja is kind of squishy, but still it is resisted. So we need this Snorlax here. So we're going to go ahead and let this go. Yeah, just an Aerial Ace. Yeah, we called the Earthquake. We're looking pretty good right now here. We have extra energy, and that's exactly what we need. They are shieldless at this point. So we're going to go ahead and shield this up here and just pray they don't get to the next one, and we get to the superpower, which will be enough to take them out here because Greninja is just that squishy, and we're rocking a Shadow Snorlax, taking that win. Next game, we're going to be met with a Steelix. Okay. Well, this is good. I mean, this is technically kind of good. We're a Shadow Ice type, getting stabbed, and they are part ground. We're not super effective, but depending upon the moves, we're going to be great. They have Dragon Tail, Breaking Swipe, and Crunch. The Crunch is going to come later on. Those are all resisted. We're looking golden. This is a very awkward matchup, but at the same time, a very interesting one to see too, because you know, we're dominating a steel type. Yes, it is part ground, but it's still funny to see. And we do not have to shield up a damn thing here. Well, they actually have used the shield themselves, so we're looking extremely good. They decide they want to swap. Now, they did drop our attack, so we're going to go ahead and bring in the Snorlax here because we do not want to throw our not very, well, it's neutral, but our lowered attack. So we're just going to go ahead and swap, holding onto that energy, bring in the Snorlax here, able to absorb a lot of whatever they throw at us here, as it is a very tanky Pokemon here. I do have a more ideal one that I could power up, and again, I need to go through those, and it's just a very unfortunate thing because I'm going to have to transfer a lot of Pokemon that I did power up with a secondary move that did cost kind of a lot, and then go in and just power up a whole nother set that's going to cost me probably like 3 million Stardust. Maybe, well, for the ones that I have lined up, it's going to cost me probably like 7 million, but I'm not going to even get into that because I'm not trying to go down that route like when PvP first came out and I just powered up a bunch of junk. That was a nightmare. I wasted all my Stardust. Anyways, looks like this is a very close battle here. Able to get, was that a Giratina in the back? Oh, hell yeah. This is perfect. Perfect. So I do believe they don't, did they lower my attack? I don't remember. But doesn't matter. We bring in the Gengar. We're going to be able to finish this off. We still have 2 shields getting to the Shadow Punch, and this is actually going to be enough because Shadow Gengar is just that disgusting with the damage. Next game, we're going to be met with an Armored Mewtwo. Okay, well, that's something new. That's something that we need to see again, right? I did make a video on that. So I do believe that next time they do release this, it is going to be probably in its shadow form. Or, hold on. Oh, that's another thing. Shadow Armor Mewtwo. So tankiness plus attack. Goodness gracious, that sounds like a recipe for disaster. A good disaster at that. But what I meant to say is we're probably going to see it return maybe as a shiny, but there's definitely a lot of opportunities for it. And again, the reason why Niantic doesn't just throw these things at us constantly is because this is a forever game. I know that sounds like a weird concept, but I mean, there's nothing that is forever, but let's just say a longevity, okay? So we're up against a Registeel here. This is a good situation. Super power, let's go for it. All right, we're getting them down pretty close here. Do I shield this up? I think I did. Yep, okay, I did. All right, and they immediately swap into an Annihilate. So we're gonna go ahead and go just right for the Shadow Punch here. This is super effective, and it'll still do a ton of damage. Getting their shield. Let's go. What's gonna happen here, folks? Yeah, of course, Shadow Ball, we're down, and that's what they're gonna throw here. And, oh, they can't go for Shadow Ball. That's not very effective. Night Slash, folks, I think we're going to be able to pull this off here with the Snorlax. Let's go. And of course we are. And we take that win. Beautiful. Let's go. And on to the next battle. What are we going to see here? Leading with Ninetales the entire time. Met with a Ampharos. Okay. It's not Shadow, so we don't have to worry about that extra damage. Gonna immediately throw that Weather Ball, of course, because we don't need to go for the Psyshock. That's more for, I don't know, like fighters or something like that, right? Poliwrath. All right, going for the next one here, letting that Brutal Swing go. They just let it all go. Okay, no shields. And they do have a Skeledirge. Now, we do have 2 Pokemon to counter this. The Snorlax is unfortunately not going to be able to hit it with anything very effective at all as far as the charge moves here. So what we're going to do is build up extra. You want them to think that you're going for something else, okay? Like an Earthquake or an Outrage. And they shielded it up. So exactly, we did what we wanted to do. Goal complete at this point here. Now they're going to be able to take us out here. We do have 2 shields. We're going to let it go because we want to put all our hope into the Gengar. Now it's all about what's in the back. If there's a dark type, yeah, sure, I'm screwed. It's not about skill at this point. So we will shield this up. It is a disarming voice. Yeah, that's whatever. Who gives a damn? Okay. And we do have a wall right in the back here. So we're going to go ahead and shield this first one up. Check this out. Do I win this? I don't even remember if I let this slide here. All right. We still have the Ninetales. That's the thing. That's the thing. Okay, so we wanted them to use that energy here, and now we're going to be able to get to the Shadow Ball, and Shadow Ball just destroys everything. If you don't resist it, good night, sleep tight. Unfortunately, Gengar's just disgusting. Shadow Gengar, unbelievable, taking that win. Next game, what are we going to be seeing here? A Cresselia. Okay. This is fine, actually, and the backline doesn't mind seeing this whatsoever as well. We'll just go ahead and hang tight here. Now we have to think about, okay, they have a Cresselia up here. Okay, so they don't like dark types more than likely. Maybe a Charizard, bug types. Bug types are really not that prevalent unless you're using Glissopod. But yeah, so let's see what we have here. Going for the Weather Ball. And it looks like they're Psycho cutting us down. Nobody has used a shield, unfortunately. We're going to be able to farm them down, hopefully. Damn it. Gengar is going to be able to take a Grass Knot. Okay, still doing a lot of damage, bringing us down to half, and they're bringing in a Swampert. We're going to go ahead and go for the Shadow Punch to bait them here. We have the Snorlax in the back. What's going on? All right, we got the first shield out of them. Swampert's a massive problem, okay? Yeah, Swampert, it's a good Pokemon, okay? Yeah, it's a nuisance. So we already all know this. All right, so they do have a Gliscor in the back. So we swap into the Snorlax. We're going to go ahead and go for this Body Slam. But can we pull this off? Folks, can we do this here? One-to-one shield. We're doing a lot of damage with this Snorlax here. Snorlax can take a hit. We're going to shield this up, calling the Earthquake and using our last shield. Folks, what's going on here? Going for the Body Slam. Do they want to use it? Oh, that's it. That's a wrap. I already knew at this point I was going to win. All right, we're going to go for that Body Slam and take the win. Folks, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, turn notifications on, and I'll be catching you all later. Take care.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!